Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I get the feeling we might be on the brink of finding some sort of information or evidence that is going to turn this case in our favour. Not sure what that would be, but I suppose we should start by talking with Penny here. Let's ask about Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? ... Oh, I guess the rumour must be true then. The rumour? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything, she has said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. ... I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set then? Interesting. The last episode. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Okay, studio policy. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want me to forget. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. What are we supposed to do? Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Okay, so do we have any evidence that can help us with this? What evidence are we showing here? I don't know. What have we got? Cody's camera, mistake. I mean, what are we supposed to be showing here? I don't really know what we're supposed to be showing. I mean, this is to do with like the kids being sad, right? So maybe it's the scrapbook or the camera. Let's try the scrapbook. And this is? A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you'd understand that better than anyone. ... You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. I wonder if this is going to actually be really important. Okay. 5 years ago. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. So someone died? It was an accident, of course. Or was it, given what's happened in this? Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer wouldn't do anything Miss Vasquez... would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking her, if she'll talk. Oh no, we're going to have to try and get information from Oldbag. Alright. I mean, something tells me that that's not going to be easy, because we're not exactly friends, are we? What? You're still stinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over from me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? Alright. I mean, 5 years ago? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Oh dear. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, that assistant we talked to. Oh, right, wrong voice. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming of Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Do we have proof? I mean, we know about the sleeping pills. We have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Okay, so it's got to be one of these things. Potentially the pills, because it's got his fingerprints on it. Yeah, let's go with that, because it's got his fingerprints on. Here's my proof. What? What's a little old bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? Oh, so this is going to be the plate, right? Because it's got traces of sleeping pills. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. Ah, she's mad now. Super mad. ... Oh, shoot. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Ooh, are we about to find out something big? Miss Oldbag? You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. What? Excuse me? Where's that come from? She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. So all of a sudden she's like, mafia back? What on earth? I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. Photograph? Oh my god. Is that someone impaled on a fence? But wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record. Okay. Well, now what? I mean, do we go back and talk to Penny again, or... I mean, is that like... Is that it? Detective Gumshoe must have left by now. He's probably thinking about what to do in tomorrow's trial. I bet Edgeworth is pretty angry with him. Oh, so is he not... Hang on. Is he not here now? No, he's not. Okay, so we can't talk to him. Alright, let's see if... The assistant must have gone off somewhere. That stuff about Mr. Hammer must have come as a shock to her. Okay, so everyone's literally disappearing then. Dressing room. We've got Oldbag. Can't say anything else to her. Should we do like a sweep of the area before we head off? Aha, here we go. October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Possibly. Alright. Studio 2? Ah, it's Vasquez. Okay, Studio 2 entrance. Hey, Nick! It's Miss Vasquez. Hello. ... Hello! ... Oh my god. Hello! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. ... I'm watching the clouds. ... That's all she had to say, apparently. Oh my god, is that... Okay. Right, let's see if there's anything else we can find around here now. A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept it in pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Okay, yeah, we've seen this before about the license. Anything to do with this? An incinerator? Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot, so they must not clean it much. Okay, so we've got these plates. This is where Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. Something wrong? I don't know, I'm getting this funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so... look, the bent fence. Did we comment on that earlier? I think I might have done. There are some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close, that fence looks dangerous. Yes, and maybe we did comment on that before. Alright, let's see what Vasquez has got to say. Mr. Hammer. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh! Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Will Powers? Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. Miss Face, blood speaks to me. I know it, I know it. Oh dear. Director Manella? I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. ... If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Okay. I'm guessing we're going to have to present something then. Path to Glory, camera. Maybe the new photo? Maybe, because she's in the photo, right? So... ... She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Oldbag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway. Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. ... The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think, the wind? What's she going on about? Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more, inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Okay, I have no idea what is going on now. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But, you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me, what is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? That's a good point. And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did. Gave him a few bruises too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys! Oh no. Oh my god, really? Okay. This is the Mafia then. Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? Reminds you of the Cybermen who'd be deleted. The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. ... Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? ... I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Oh dear, this has taken a turn then, hasn't it? Hold it right there. Gumshoe, I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you are coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Can the 4 guys not take, like, us? Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well then. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Well. Ooh, to be continued. Okay, so I guess we're going on to the next day then. Was not expecting Gumshoe to step in there. Pretty cool. Alright then, guys. Well, we will call it there and we will carry on in the next episode and see what happens next. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons: Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Tony Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, Paul James and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.